Sometimes in life, God puts things in front of us. I like to call them obstacles. Although they may seem unfair or too extreme, they make you stronger and force you to make decisions that are tough. If you look them square in the eye, they'll sink out of sight. This last year has been really tough. I've had some great losses and some great gains. I think as I've worked through these changes, I've realized there are some things that can't be hidden. The sun, the moon, and the truth. Today, I'm here to tell mine. Hi. I'm back. I'm not good at this. I wanted to clear up some stuff and some rumors, so that's why I'm here today. So there's been a lot of drama and a lot of misconceptions, and I'm here to set the rumors and the drama straight and move on with all of you guys moving on with me. Alright, so let's get started. About a year ago, I met my best friend Connor. He was a cool, funny, positive guy. I never really had a fight with him, and I was so excited to have him on my YouTube channel upon return of the movie we did. So there's been some confusion regarding the timelines of recent events, so I want to talk about that. As some of you may or may not know, there was a video released last week that had my two former best friends in it, and they were regarding some incorrect information that I would like to correct them on. Connor had stated that he had been in one or maybe two videos since October. So on October 13th, me and Connor released a video on my channel where we opened fan mail and prank called fans. On October 30th, I released a music video for Beautiful People, which he was also in. On December 6th, we released a video where we reacted to Instagram assumptions. And then on December 31st, we released a rewind video of my year of 2019. And although Connor was not on camera in that video, we included him in several different clips in that video because he was my best friend and he was a big part of my life during that time. On January 22nd, I also released a video where I pranked the squad, and Connor was also in that video. On January 25th, we released a video where we tried to find Corinne a new crush, which Connor was one of the candidates in that video, meaning that he was included. At this point, I'm pretty sure that Connor started to get super busy, quote unquote, and he started to kind of distance himself in a way. If he wasn't as busy, he would have been in many more videos. We called him and texted him several times, asking him if he was available to be in a video, but he was always busy or doing something that was taking up his day. So as you can see, we did have him in videos, and that was a invalid statement that they made. So that is something that I wanted to clear up. Now on to the next subject. So Connor had also stated that since September, things had gone downhill. Now I don't really know exactly how things went downhill or what exactly happened. All I know is that we both kind of just distanced. We stopped reaching out to each other. We both got busy. We both got caught up in our own lanes, and we both kind of just separated. I never really knew why, and I don't think I ever will, because it was like such a random thing. And I think there was something to do with like a text that said that I didn't want to be his friend, or I told my dad something that that was completely, like, I never like meant to say that I didn't want to be his friend. Like, that's not at all what I said. Things got completely out of pocket, and everything just spiraled from there. So Connor's passion, as you guys know, is acting. That's what Connor pursues. And I completely support him throughout whatever he wants to do with his career, whether that's acting, singing, whatever. I completely support him. I will always cherish him. And he was on an episode of American Horror Story. He was doing, tons of acting for TV, and the nature of business kind of takes up a lot of free time. And then he went home for Christmas. My mom tried contacting, whether that was texting or calling, Amber, Connor's mom. She wasn't too responsive during this time. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna be like, oh, she didn't respond to anything, because there were a few texting calls here and there, but it wasn't like how it used to be, It wasn't how it originally was. It wasn't easy, and a relationship like that should be. So, for some reason I can't compose words. I don't know why. Like, not even for the camera. Like, I just can't. I don't know why. Oh, this is hard. Okay. So Connor had made a post after we had finished our movie, and he posted this picture of me and him in Mendocino, California, filming our movie, and he had captioned it, "This guy at Gavin Magnus, thanks for being such a great friend, bro." As you can tell, we were pretty good friends, and that was clear to see. So then he posted this picture, July 29th, 2019, and he captioned it, "This guy, you gotta love him, and he's a giver. From Gucci slides to the cold I've had for the last 4 days. I can always count on him to share. Love you, bro." And then I did a lot for him. Not even just like in a selfish way, but like I did a lot for him out of love. And like we obviously we fought sometimes, and that's normal in a friendship, I feel. But I mean, I just missed the friendship, bro. It was just like we had an unbreakable bond, bro. And he knows that too. So, alright, I composed myself, I've contained myself, but, so I screen recorded this conversation. This is like, I swear, this is not to throw anybody under the bus. Like, I would never do that, like, to him, personally. But this is a text of him saying, "I'd rather have someone like Simone. Like, I have so much feels for Simone, I proceeded to say, "You don't show it, though." He goes, "That's the thing about Simone. If you show feels, it'll push her away, but if you don't, she'll get closer to you." Blah, blah. I go, you're already close to her." He goes, "Yeah, but like closer, I was like, that's on you to make the move." He said, "Exactly. That's what I'm gonna do. I can't do that if I have a girlfriend, though, LMAO." And so I was just I'm pretty sure I supported him through him trying to get the girl. I supported him. I mean, maybe there were some times where I said things, but through the most part, I supported him. And I think the fact that he literally distanced from me for a girl. He also denied that he didn't leave because he liked her or for fame. I don't necessarily know if he left for fame or clout or whatever you want to call it. That I can't tell you, but I definitely do know he started hanging out with her a lot more than he hung out with me. I think if you're a boy watching this and you know what it's like when your boy when your best friend gets a girlfriend, he just he's out, he dips, And I think that's kind of what it was. He caught feelings for someone, and it was over. So another thing that Connor had stated that kind of hit me right here was that we told him that you had to be trending on YouTube, and you had to so and so to be popular. It was just a bunch of I want to keep this friendly, but it was a bunch of wackiness. Connor originally was going to start a YouTube channel with my brother Jake. I think they were going to do a cooking show. I'm not exactly sure, but I think that's what they were going to do. I would also like to put this out there. My family, literally, we loved him so much. Literally, we were closer than close gets. But I think what we said that was misconstrued was, I told him, I think me or my mom told him that he should do a YouTube channel with Jake, because a lot of Disney this was just advice, a lot of Disney actors or Nickelodeon stars, a lot of them kind of fall off, a lot of them kind of don't have a career later down the road. That's what we were trying to get at. Nothing like to do with having clout on YouTube or having to be trending. Absolutely nothing. Literally nothing. Now I want to get into the night that was brought up in that video where everyone was screaming and cussing at each other. What had happened that night is my mom had texted Amber, which is Connor's mom, saying that she had needed a break from Simone because at the time Simone was, relatively rude to Coco. Simone did things too coincidental. Like I said, whether it was, a G on her forehead in a TikTok that was probably a direct shot at Coco, or, pictures of us trying to make it look like a ship, or, them complaining about being just the best friend and, not having enough pop tags, and it all adds up. At this point, Coco had expressed her feelings towards the things that Simone was doing, and that made Coco feel uncomfortable and bullied in a sense. So Coco kind of wanted to end that relationship because I think that she felt that it was a toxic relationship and it was just kind of not good for her, It was just kind of like, it wasn't enjoyable anymore. So I think that's what happened with that relationship. And things continued to just seem more and more coincidental. Like Coco bought me a wallet and then 2 weeks later they gifted me another wallet, and it's like, it's too coincidental to not be hurtful, So my mom texted Connor's mom, Amber. This was January 23rd. I'm pretty sure, January 23rd. She had texted Connor's mom and said that we needed a break from Simone because things were getting out of hand. And they were with each other. They were in the car. They were all in the car together. So they proceeded to text us telling us that they were on their way and they're coming over just to talk. They being Simone and Connor and the parents. And my mom was also in bed and she proceeded to ask them not to come over and ask for another night because it was very late. I think it was at 9 o'clock that they came over, and it just all went downhill. All right, guys, so Brian is here to explain his part of the story.
Okay.
So tell us what happened in your point of view.
So on the day of January 23rd, earlier that day, we had filmed a collab with some other YouTubers, and I was either working on that video that night or some other video in a different room of the house. And I remember it was about 9:30 p.m. when, I don't know who told me, but I heard that Connor, Simone, Amber, and Tanya were coming over. I really didn't know why, so I kind of just decided to stay and just at my computer and just kind of work. They were in the kitchen, and I could obviously hear not the exact conversations that were happening, but it did kind of escalate to more heated discussions kind of as the night went on. And then I don't remember what time it was, but maybe it was like 10 or 10:30. Gavin comes in here and he says, hey, do you mind like coming in here and helping to defend us? Because it's just me and my mom against four other people, Amber, Tanya, Connor, and Simone. And at the time I was obviously editing and I had a lot of work to do and I didn't want to go in the other room. I just wanted to stay and kind of do my own thing and try to be productive instead of getting involved with any of the drama. And so I went into the kitchen and the tensions were very, very high. Obviously, there was a lot of yelling from everyone. There wasn't one person who didn't voice their opinion in a forthcoming manner. I tried to kind of I didn't really say much. I didn't feel like there was a lot that I could really...
A lot of input that you had to...
Yeah, there wasn't really anything that I could say or do to help or worsen the situation. I remember there was a lot of conversation about sending streaks on Snapchat, and I haven't used Snapchat in several years, so I didn't really know what streaks were at the time. There was a lot of conversation about, oh, well, this person I mean, they're not talking to this person, they're just sending streaks. I didn't really understand quite what that meant, and I think that a lot of it kind of just went right over my head because I don't really use Snapchat as much as Gavin and his friends do. So I was kind of just there listening, kind of just being a fly on the wall, but still there in front of everyone, just kind of listening. And it was a lot of yelling. There was obviously swearing from both sides, not just one side or the other. It was from both sides. And at one point the yelling got so loud that Dave, Gavin's dad, had to work the next morning, and so he came downstairs. He said, like, this needs to stop, it's late. Do you realize like what you guys sound like?
Bunch of 12-year-olds.
That's exactly what he said. He didn't order anyone to leave. He just stated that
we need to stop arguing.
We need to stop arguing.
Because it was a pointless and dumb argument.
And it was very, very late at night.
So another thing that Connor had stated in the video was he had said that a grown woman, according to my mom, by the way, he made it very obvious that it was me and my mom. It was kind of weird the way he said, I'm not going to say names, but when I'm referring to him or her, I'm talking about that family. It was really obvious, but basically he said that Simone was getting screamed and cursed at by a grown woman, and like Brian said, everybody was screaming and cursing at each other. I would like your guys' opinion. I would like to know what you guys think. If you guys were in our position, 4 people come to your house, they're like not threatening, but they're getting mad at you and screaming at you. Are you not gonna defend yourself and yell back and like stand up for like yourself? Where does that not make sense? As you can hear from this audio clip,
every parent has told me you have been in their ears. Why didn't you just sit?
My mom was not the only one yelling. That was not her voice. Not saying my mom didn't yell, because I yelled, Simone yelled, Connor yelled, Amber yelled, Tanya yelled, Simone yelled. Everybody yelled.
I don't really think I yelled.
Brian was just there he was a fly on the wall.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I try to stay out of drama as much as I can. Some of you may not know, but I am 27. I have done a lot in my life. I've experienced a lot in my life. I've been through a lot in my life. I have dealt with so much drama, and seeing all the drama now on YouTube, in social media, I mean, I know it's kind of the nature of the industry. There's gonna be drama, there's gonna be people saying this and that. I try to just stay out of it as much as I can, and that's why, I mean, you don't really see me on this side of the camera kind of voicing my point of view, my experiences, my things that I've like just witnessed. It's kind of insane, the things that I've seen and the things that I've heard, just kind of being a fly on the wall in this entire situation.
So another thing that they had stated, they wanted Simone to have basically a bigger role / position. They wanted to be put first, you know. They wanted more tags and more exposure than we were already giving them, as if we weren't giving them enough, you know. They also said that they were gonna, you know, take pictures with people from other squads and take pictures from people that like we had rivalry with. And personally, I think I was against that. I was like saying that, you know, like I personally wouldn't do that. Like I would just like I would hit the scene if like that was me. I personally have come to a conclusion now that like, bro, drama is so dumb. Like, let's just all get along. Who cares about these squads? It's just like, bro, all of these kids could be such good friends if people weren't so competitive and so selfish and so self-absorbed about, you know, money and fame and their career. And the thing about people is they move out to LA, they get their hopes up. Personally, I'm from like the LA like area, so fortunately I wasn't really like raised this way, but a lot of people who aren't from here that like move here to pursue their dreams, like that's great, but I think a lot of it gets to their head. I think a lot of people, they come here hoping a lot and they get it, and once they finally get that, they think they're hot and they just like push everyone aside, you know? They always put themselves first and they don't really take a second to like think about other people and how other people are feeling, and that it's kind of messed up that, you know, these kids that are less than the age of 15 can't all just come together and just be friends and can't experience the full experience of life.
Like, I don't know if you guys realize how insane and crazy, in a good way, that would actually be. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but what if it did? Like, what if that did
What
happen?
if everybody just came together and just
did something good?
And just did something good, and like instead of spreading this like rivalry and spreading like the competition of whose side are you on, whether it's the goat fam or the lion fam, like whether it's some sort of fan base, I don't care. Like, it's just like, why can't we all just like help each other and just like be a family?
Because one thing that obviously people are in social media to do, they're in social media to grow. And
100%.
you obviously, those who you surround yourself with help you grow at a much faster rate, depending on kind of how established they already might be. Imagine if you have some of the top like established people in social media in the same group. You know how fast they would all grow together instead of apart, like competing? It's just nonsense.
Yeah. So to end this all, I would like to talk about the past 3 or 4 days. The past 3 days, actually. A few days ago, Piper Raquel, you guys know her, obviously. She unblocked me on Instagram and followed me on TikTok. Why? I don't know. I'm just as confused as you. I don't know if this is to get back at someone, to just mess with us, or just to look good, but personally, I think I see this as all the fandoms, you know, coming together, and, you know, everybody just supporting everyone, no matter what we're going through, what is happening. I just think everybody should be there for everyone, and we should all just learn to give back. So just so you guys know, this has nothing to do with Gavin. Gavin is still real. Gavin is still a thing. I have no clue what could happen in the future. I would mainly just like to spread the message of stopping all the hate and rivalry and cyberbullying and social media bullying. And I think we should all come together as one. And honestly, if we all can stop the hate and drama, we'll all be in a better place, mentally, physically, and spiritually. There was a whisper in the wind, one that was deafening to hear. There was a crying in the night, screaming in my ear. It told me of the people ones that I had long since forgot. It pulled me under the water, no matter how much I fought. It reminded me of my mistakes, once I had tried to leave behind. It reminded me I never had a choice, I was drowning in the waters of my mind. But just as I thought I had run out of air, I heard a voice. It showed me that my mind was my own, that maybe I did have a choice. It told me of beauty, something I had forgotten how to see, and for once, I didn't try to fight it, I just let it be. It reminds me of my dreams, ones I'd forgotten were there, and I was no longer drowning, because I'd come up for air. Or a moth trying to get into a lamp, you know, or like a caterpillar trying to cocoon.
Okay.
Or like a bird hatching from an egg. Like a mammal giving birth. Okay.